Today, we have a major development that is shaping the conversation across Nigeria. The southern governors have made a bold statement regarding the new security law, and this has stirred discussions nationwide. They have officially rejected the current approach to national security legislation, insisting that the system in place is no longer effective for protecting citizens. The governors argue that the current security framework, which is heavily centralized under federal control, is not able to respond quickly to local challenges. From rising incidents of kidnappings to armed robberies and violent crime, people in the South have been demanding more direct, immediate security solutions. The southern governors are saying, enough is enough, and it's time for states to have more power to secure their communities. They have called for what they describe as a decentralized approach, including the establishment of state policing. This is not a new idea, but now it has gathered significant momentum. The southern governors are emphasizing that allowing each state to have its own security force could drastically improve response times, intelligence gathering, and overall safety for residents. They argue that local governments understand the issues and geography of their areas better than a distant central authority ever could. While some people see this as a direct challenge to federal authority, the governors are careful to state that their goal is not to weaken the nation, but to make it stronger by making security more effective. They have stressed that the move is about citizen protection, not politics. Now, it's important to note that this statement from the southern governors has caused a range of reactions across the country. Some are strongly in support, saying that Nigeria has been waiting too long for meaningful security reforms. They highlight that local problems often require local solutions, and giving states the power to act directly is a step in the right direction. On the other hand, critics warn that state-level policing could be misused if proper checks and balances are not implemented. They fear that political interference could undermine the integrity of security operations. The debate is intensifying because security is something everyone feels personally. Citizens want safety for themselves and their families, and when people hear that governors are pushing for reforms that could make their communities safer, it naturally draws attention. The southern governor's statement also calls for a zonal security fund and improved collaboration among security agencies. They want intelligence to flow freely between states and federal authorities to prevent attacks and respond efficiently. Essentially, they are proposing a modern, coordinated system where local authorities have the resources and authority to act swiftly while still cooperating with national structures. This move has sparked a lively discussion online and offline. Many viewers are asking, will state policing really work? Can it reduce crime? These are valid questions. It is clear that citizens are tired of waiting and want real solutions. At the same time, everyone recognizes that implementing such changes requires careful planning and legal frameworks. The southern governors also made it clear that this decision is about long-term security, not short-term politics. They pointed to recent tragic incidents and emphasized that the status quo is failing. By advocating for reforms now, they are pushing the national conversation forward and trying to set a path towards safer communities. Now, I want you watching to think about this. How would having state-controlled security change life in your community? Would it make you feel safer? Or are there risks to consider? I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments because this is a story that affects everyone and your voice matters. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any updates as this story unfolds. The governors are also clear that this is not a rejection of the federal government. They repeatedly state that Nigeria must remain united. Their message is that security must be effective and functional at every level. They are pushing for constitutional amendments that will allow states more control over policing powers while keeping the country cohesive. This debate also highlights a bigger issue in Nigeria: the balance between central authority and local autonomy. Over the years, there have been calls for reforms, but progress has been slow. The southern governor's firm stance is a signal that citizens' safety can no longer wait. It is a call to action for policymakers and the public alike. People are also asking, how will the federal government respond? While no formal law has been passed rejecting their proposal, the southern governor's statement is clear enough to set the tone for future negotiations. The government is aware of the concerns, and discussions are ongoing about possible pathways for implementing changes safely and legally. So as this story develops, it is crucial to keep watching. Every day, citizens want updates, and we will continue to break down the facts in simple, clear language so everyone can understand what's happening and why it matters. And again, if you are following this story, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This way, you will get real-time updates on developments, reactions, and official statements as they come in.